guys, today I'm going to show you both of my techniques for my flawless foundation look, both my liquid version as well as the powder version. Choose what you like more. I, to be honest, use powder on a day-to-day basis. I have really oily skin and it just really helps to absorb some of that oil. I hope you enjoy these. I've been having a lot of fun doing all these tutorials for you, and I've been having an overwhelming amount of comments and things like that from them. So I think you guys are enjoying them. If there's ever something you want to request, please do so. This tutorial was a request by a friend of mine. So yeah, I'm always going to try to do those requests for you guys because that's what I'm doing this for. So hope you enjoy, and let's get started. I've already exfoliated and moisturized my skin, and depending on what you're looking for in your foundation that day, if it's just like a day where you're running around and it's nothing fancy, you don't necessarily need to use a primer. A primer is just going to help your foundation stay on longer, and it's going to also fill in any fine lines, geez, or pores. So I like to use Smashbox. This is the one that just has SPF in it. But they have a full line of all kinds of primers. And I just put it onto the back of my hand. And then you can either use a foundation brush. I get it in the T-zone. I don't use liquid foundation as my normal daily foundation routine. So this is something that I like to use. This is Smashbox's high definition, and then this is actually Revlon's photo finish. I use both of these when I'm on set. When you're applying foundation, it's really important to make sure that if you're in between colors, which probably most people are, either mix the two colors that you are together to create your foundation, or use one, if you have one that's just a little bit darker than your natural skin tone and one that's lighter, use the darker one on the outside portion of your face, use the lighter one in the center, because if you look at somebody without foundation, their skin's always going to be kind of lighter in the center because that's where like the light and the sun hit everything and it brightens everything up. So always start your foundation in the center of your face and work outward. So you can also use your fingers. There's no right or wrong. Like some people think that they get more coverage when they use a foundation brush. Some say like it. You know what? The thing about makeup is it doesn't matter what other people say. It's what works for you. So I like to use Smashbox primer, but I tried recently a sample of the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting primer, and that stuff was awesome. I think that once I finish this, I'm actually going to try it myself in the full size. So if you're on a budget, try that. For concealing, I do things differently. When I'm using liquid foundation, I conceal afterward. When I'm using powder foundation, I actually conceal first, being that the liquid or cream formula is not going to have a nice finish, a smooth, seamless finish over powder. It's going to look chalky and it's just not going to look right. So if you put your foundation on first and then conceal afterward, a lot of that, those areas, the blemishes or things that you wanted to conceal would have already been hidden anyway. If not, then they would have been, you wouldn't have needed as much to cover them. So that's what I like to do. This is Benefit's Erase Paste. I love this. The great thing about this is that it has brighteners in it. And a lot of times those areas that you are trying to conceal are dull and you want to cover them, but you also want to brighten them up. So this stuff's amazing. And then afterward, you're going to want to set your makeup, but you're not going to want to set it with something that has like a full finish to it, obviously, because we've already put down quite a bit of product and you don't want it to start looking too cakey. So I recommend a really, really lightweight powder, something like MAC's Skin Mineralized Finish Powder, and you could just use a light dusting. You can use like MAC's Blot Powder. Basically, this is something more, it's not for additional coverage, it's just for to set it, and those of you who are oily like myself, to kind of help absorb some oils that might break through throughout the day. So really keep that in mind. So I'm going to set my makeup with Revlon's Photo Finish Powder. Here, this is what it looks like closed. And this is something that I use on set. I always use photo ready makeup for set, no matter what. Even if it's not high definition, shot in high definition, I always do. And if you press it into the skin, it helps absorb better than if you just like move it around. Okay, and if you want, after you finish your foundation, you can go ahead and bronze and highlight. If you don't want to bronze and highlight or even use blush that day, of course you don't have to, but it just helps. After using foundation, oftentimes you lose all of like the highlight and the contouring in your skin, obviously, because we've just blended it all out to a clean canvas. So my suggestion is to at least use a blush. I like to bronze and highlight as well. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm not going to, because I'm going to do also a powder foundation routine, and it's the exact same thing. So you're going to watch it twice, so might as well just do it at the end. So when I come back, I'm going to show you my routine with powder foundation. So see you in a second. Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to show you my routine for powder foundation. I forgot to mention to you what foundation brush I was using, which I can't see the writing anymore, and I forgot what number. It's 190. It's the MAC brush 190. I do things in a different order when I do my powder foundation versus liquid foundation. So if you see like inconsistencies, that's why. It's just building products on top of powder is always different than building products on top of liquid. So that's why I do it. It works for me. It might not work for you. We're all different, but try it and see if it works for you. This is Hello Flawless by Benefit. I use different powders depending on if it's an everyday look. I use Benefit on an everyday basis. I absolutely love it. It's like the softest, finest milled brush or powder there is that I found. And I'm not using the brush I usually use for it. This is Eco Tools. It's a synthetic brush. It is the softest brush that I've ever had. I absolutely love it. You can get it at Ulta, Target, a lot of like the Whole Foods. Like I think even like, maybe not Trader Joe's, but I think Whole Foods and things like that sell it. And the reason that I like to use this brush with it is because the powder is so finely milled that all the other brushes kind of break the powder down quicker. Like you get a lot of like fallout and dust and you lose a lot of that product. So I like to use this one because it doesn't break it down as much. And basically what I'm doing is using the lighter color in the center of my face. Then this one's Honey, and what I'm going to do is just kind of lightly load the brush and dust it on like the outer portion of my face. One that I use for photo, like if I know I'm going to take pictures that night, if I'm going out for a birthday party or just an event. Again, notice the trend here, Smashbox. Just like MAC, just like Make It Forever, they're a studio line. So their products are meant for like all the flash of photography and high definition. So I just love it. This is their Halo powder. And basically you turn this dial here and it grades the powder. So it's a pressed powder inside, but you turn it like it's almost like a cheese grater. That's a sad analogy for makeup. It's not their high definition photo makeup, but it's like a hydrating, illuminating powder that photographs completely perfect. Never gives you that white face or anything like that. So after I've applied my powder, I go back and highlight and bronze because foundation really just gives you such an even canvas. So I like to go back every day, whether it's on a day that I'm just running errands or a day that I'm going out and, you know, going big with my makeup. I always highlight and bronze and a little bit of blush. So this is Skin Mineralized Foundation by MAC. It's just in a different container. And I'm just going to lightly bronze. I'm not gonna contour too much, so I'm not going underneath my cheekbones. If you want to contour, like make your cheeks look more pronounced or like a higher cheekbone, more exotic look, you're always gonna want to go underneath your cheekbone, like right underneath there. This is Smashbox in Shimmer, and I just use this to highlight right in here. And lastly, by NARS, this is Orgasm Blush. Probably just blinded you guys, sorry. And just go into the apples of your cheeks and into the bronzer. Using something to hydrate your skin will allow like the makeup to blend in your skin naturally and create like kind of like a more skin finished look rather than a powdered up, dry, chalky powdered look. This is not MAC. This is actually, it's an essential oil blend that my yoga instructor, of all people, she makes this for all sorts of purposes. It's a like an aromatherapy product. I use it sometimes to spray my pillow at night. It's just got a blend of all kinds of different essential oils. I just kind of cover up my hair a little bit, and I'll just like lightly mist my skin. And it's fine for your hair. I just didn't want my hair, if my hair gets wet, it'll start going frizzy. So that's the only reason. So that completes everything. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I talked a lot on this video. I didn't even drink any coffee. I just must have had a lot of sleep last night, more so than normal. But I hope you guys liked it. I hope it helps you. This came as a request from a good friend of mine, and she's been waiting patiently. So I'm going to edit this and get it ready and sent out for all of you. If you have any questions, just let me know. I enjoy doing it. Hope you do too. Take care. Bye.